everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Now the man from nearby Baton Rouge, it's the LSU star Darius Geis. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. And for this offense, yellow highlighter around Trent Williams.
As well there should be. A Pro Bowl, all-pro type of a left tackle. So mobile, you can also see him as a tight end. This guy is a terrific football player.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. Open man here, Sims complete. That throw good for only a couple that brings up 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
A first carry now for Thompson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Haskins looking to throw on first down. They shakes him off. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Now Haskins, 3rd and long, to Thompson on the screen. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw, Bridgewater. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Check three.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you want one, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. And you got caught in between and created a foul.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Haskins will throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards that time and a Washington 1st.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And now a fumble. The ball's out. The Saints say they have it, and they do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on 9 over there. You're on the 9. Hey, I got 15. 15's mine. I'm taking it. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Check.
2nd down, Haskins. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Running it with a fullback, Burton. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal, down at the 30 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. We're scoreless after 1. The Redskins with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, Bridgewater. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. They call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he finds Cook. He got 29 yards that time.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. He gets this one to Johnson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 25 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Matt Ioannidis, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Heading back out there now, the Saints defense. And we're going to get a peek at some of the hits that have helped them get this first half lead.
And you know how the best hits happen? By being really good on that side of the ball in terms of fundamentals, being in the right spot, diagnosing plays well, and being there at the point of attack. They are really making it happen.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now a give running right is Love. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Now Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Let's go.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while. What
it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, it's Thompson.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. On 1st down, here's Love. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that one.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Slam. Back.
They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corner blitz and a sack by Patrick Robinson.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final two.
Oh, ball, that's over. Ready. 55. I'm here all day.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Bridgewater. Open man is Michael Thomas. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw is Bridgewater. This is complete to Michael Thomas. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Running with Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here we go.
On third down, here's Kamara. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
Let's get it.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, and that one closing in on halftime with the Cowboys out on top. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Oakland. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Sam Darnold has a touchdown pass. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. 35-7 was your final in a one-sided affair. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. To throw, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
Yeah, if you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
A 10th carry for Kamara. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Throwing, Bridgewater. It's caught by Treadwell.
Come on, fellas.
This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Kamara off the draw. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Rolling, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From midfield now, Haskins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it'll be 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd and 2, Haskins, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. To Thompson on the draw. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The quick slant caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Going to give it to Love. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and goal, Haskins to the goal line, but it's incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
On 3rd and goal, Haskins eluding the pressure. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Steven Sims Jr., his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, Reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Here's Bridgewater. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 38-yard line.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The Saints on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. That's caught. It's Thomas. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 12 on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the Washington offense as we're going to look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. If this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning.
The pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole a little, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Bridgewater on first down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater completes it to Hearns. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on first and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run it again with Kamara. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. That's to his running back, complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. that should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. They'll run with Thompson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And this one complete to Reed. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 30 yards there.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
On 1st down, Love. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They'll turn to Thompson, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down 14-10, less than 90 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. He's back to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. He'll look to throw. Burns brings it in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They'll look to throw.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
17 there and a New Orleans first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The previous play is under review.
We got this.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. Shrugs him off. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's third down. Now Bridgewater. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down. Bridgewater to throw for it on fourth. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one fielded at the 5. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for New Orleans, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, this was basically just an exhibition game for them, as they'd already clinched home field advantage. But more importantly, they'll get a week to rest as they've earned a first-round bye in this year's playoffs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.